Well, thank you all for really giving me the opportunity to kind of share with you a little bit about who I am, what I believe, and why I believe I'm the best candidate for District 76 Assembly, State Assembly. I am Brian Wimmer. I reside in Oceanside. I work in information management for the defense industry. I have a lovely wife who sits right here, who is also my best friend of 15 years, who works for the U.S. Marine Corps in Camp Pendleton. I myself am a veteran, a successful business owner, and a community service volunteer. I am solutions oriented. I believe that there are plenty of opportunities to study all ranges of options for laws and different issues that are concerning our state. I believe that we all have a play in seeing how to form and shape our state that we have. This is the 6th, 7th largest economy in the world. And I believe there's a great opportunity to continue to incubate industry, to incubate innovation, and really lead from the front for the world. And really get back to the roots of kind of what this state's all about: innovation, trade, and just really being out there. One of the things that I can say about me is that I am someone that really believes in a transparent government, where accountability is priority. I've served my country long before I started to run for this race. I'll wake up tomorrow morning, I'll continue to serve my country. I just really appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight to take any questions and to learn from you what you believe are issues that are concerning you and what your family and friends are dealing with. So, thank you very much.
Do you guys have questions?
No questions? No questions.
Okay, I have a question.
All right, go for it.
What do you think that, how do you think that your status as a veteran impacts your political views and what changes you would make?
Well, I think, coming from the veteran military standpoint, you bring something to the table that it really is imperative for all of us. And that is the ability to work in a team. It's not us against them. It's about working together. And everybody has a point of view, a different perspective. And you should really be open to listen to those points of view. So you really can't get anything done if you continue to be us against them. It's really about coming together, really understanding the facts, researching, and then trying to make the best case or best decision that's going to impact people in a positive way, whether it's industry, whether it's affordable housing, whether it's the homeless situation. So hopefully does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything?
What do you think? What do you think sets you apart from the other candidates?
Well, I think that really that I am a veteran. I don't think there's anybody else out there that's a veteran currently. Having been in the military and worked, for the U.S. Army and the Department of Defense, I've been tasked to solve many problems. So I'm solutions oriented, looking for the ideas, for the innovation, for the solutions that will kind of fix whatever is necessary. So I look at all the metrics and I make the best decision I can for that. But it's not just one-sided. You look across the aisle, both sides, and you bring them all to the table, and then you make the best decision you can from there.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? All right.
You wanted to go over the fact sheets.
Oh yeah, with regards to the fact sheet, so what is the California State Assembly? So it's the lower house in the California State Legislature. It's been around since 1854. It was created by a man that was a kind of a real big businessman. Can't really exactly remember his name, but 1854 is when it started. We have currently 53 seats in the legislature that are basically the Democrats, and then 25 seats that are Republicans. So a lot of people will call that a supermajority, where one side of the party outweighs the other. And that can be good, and that can be bad depending on what side of the fence you're on. I believe in a fair and balanced kind of relationship with governing authority. So I essentially believe in a balance between, right and left and center. That kind of opens up a little bit. So we have assembly bills that we pass. These are laws from everything from legalizing marijuana to security issues, like we're talking about sanctuary cities, for instance, and trade. So these are all kinds of things that we're dealing with right now. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of people saying one thing versus another. I think there's room really for continuing to discuss and debate what's right for the state and how we're going to tackle some of these issues. So coming from the military standpoint, I understand national security, but I also understand and collaborate. I've been to Mexico City several times. I've worked with ICE here, and I worked with Aduanas on the Mexican side. So I've been down, I've worked with Aduanas, which is customs for Mexico. And quite frankly, before President Nieto came into presidency in Mexico, I talked with some of his administration officials, and they said, you know what, we have a southern border issue too. So so we're looking at our southern border like, it's an issue for us, but Mexico's looking at it as an issue for them. So they have a porous border, which is causing a little bit of security issues for them as well. We should have some checks and balances associated with who's coming and going. But, I'm not going to necessarily throw out the opportunity to collaborate with the industry in Mexico that is continuing to incubate. I've been to the maquiladoras, these shelter industries in Mexico, and the technology and the skill sets that I see in a lot of the Mexican people is on par with anything that we're doing here in the United States. So they are imitating what we've already kind of done in industry, and I think we need to be there to kind of usher in their economy and work together with them to continue to build a good trade and economy between us and them. So that's pretty much all I've got for you, Grace. Unless there's something else. Yeah, I think that's a big difference between myself and some of the other candidates. How many people have gone to Mexico? How many people understand the security issues? So I've been to the border trade and security conferences in Mexico, and I think that we have a huge relationship. And it's not them taking away from us as much as it's collaborative. Our industry is working with their industry across the border. So I think that's important to keep that up. I guess I have more time now.
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 minute, okay.
Yeah.
And there's not really much
just
there.
where
That's fine.
It's 6:40. You guys, maybe faster.
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it.